Damn. A Toyota Crown badge. What? On a 4-cylinder hybrid? Are you serious? Dude, I'm serious. Let's find out why. You might be thinking to yourself, a Toyota Crown has to be a V8, or at least a V6, with power delivery that rivals most sports cars of the era. This was the case for a long time, but technology evolves, emission standards get tougher to meet, and car safety ratings become harder to comply with. Things evolve. Toyota is the pioneer when it comes to hybrid vehicles for the masses. In 1997, the Prius revolutionized this concept and sealed its place in history. So then it's no surprise that they wanted to add this technology to their luxury vehicles, like the Toyota Crown. Toyota then added hybridization to the Crown 10 years later with the GWS 204, which was the shape before this. They used the 2GR V6 and added an eCVT gearbox with an electric motor, making a combined output of 252 kilowatts and roughly 8 litres per 100 kilometers. So then why didn't they add that hybrid motor combination to this newer model Toyota Crown Hybrid Athlete? Well, here are my assumptions. Tougher emission standards meant more R&D, which in turn increases the cost of the vehicle. So then it makes more sense to use their most costly engine in the highest spec and priced vehicle, the Crown Majesta. The Majesta was historically V8 powered, so the drop down to a V6 hybrid meant they needed a lower cost hybrid option for the lower spec models. So this then introduced the 4-cylinder hybrid to the Crown for the masses. I'm sure there was some skepticism at first, but it literally became a hit in Japan. It is the most popular motor combination by far and readily available at Japanese car auctions. The crazy thing is, when I was looking through auctions to purchase this one, a good 4-cylinder hybrid Athlete G demanded a premium over an equal condition Majesta V6 hybrid that had all the bells and whistles. This motor combination became the default, the go-to, and this series alone sold a whopping 81,000 hybrid Athletes and an additional 55,000 hybrid Royal Saloons. Those are impressive numbers. The 3.5 litre V6 non-hybrid only managed 6,000 sales in comparison. So how is it like to drive? Well, to put it simply, this makes an amazing daily vehicle. And let's be honest, about 90% of Toyota Crown owners will either be driving this to and from work, dropping their kids off to school, or be stuck in peak hour traffic. And this car excels at all of the above. So whilst you may not get from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in under 6 seconds, what you will get is under 6 liters per 100 kilometers. And that puts more money back into your pocket. You can roughly expect to get about 1,000 kilometers per tank out of this car. And that's including a good mix of driving between that stop-start traffic and highway kilometers. To be honest, this is one car that kind of has the same efficiency regardless of the type of driving you're doing. As for handling, now having had 3 of the previous series Crowns, the GRS 204, and now having owned this series Crown, I can give you a good comparison in that even in stock form, this vehicle is leaps and bounds ahead in all aspects of handling. I don't know how they've done it, but even in stock form, the coilovers, all this sort of stuff in the suspension area, it's pretty much identical. It hasn't changed since the 180 series Crown. The interior look and feel, the exterior look and feel, all of the general touch points, the color scheme, everything is just a huge step above the previous generation. As for the power, it has a combined output of roughly 165 kilowatts, which by no means is fast, but it's plenty for its purpose. Even on coilovers, it performs really well. It's nice and smooth. I've actually got custom spring rates on this one because I wanted it to have a little bit less suspension travel so that I could run the car a little bit lower. But man, does it drive well. This has been the best Crown that I have owned so far. Some things to note: the head unit can be changed to English where about 80% of the menus become English. However, there is no possibility of Australian maps just yet. Features such as the 360 camera, premium audio, adaptive high beam, and radar cruise with pre-collision detection are all optional extras, even on the Athlete G. The Athlete G badge only really gives you leather seats with heated and ventilation function, memory seats, heated mirrors, and heated steering wheel as standard. They also have these rear blinds built in, which is pretty handy for the kids. Everything else was an option. However, an electric rear blind was standard across most of the range. A secondary screen was also first for the series, which lets you control all of your climate control settings as well as vehicle settings. The center console also opens from both sides and has a 12-volt power outlet. Plenty of additional storage is also available throughout the cabin. In this series, the Athletes missed out on the rear seat controls. What we do get are some cup holders and some rear vents. So to sum it up, it's modern, it looks amazing, is fuel efficient, has all of the luxuries you'd expect from a Toyota Crown, has a huge following in Japan, and is readily available. It's a no-brainer. For the majority of Crown buyers that'll actually use it as a daily, this is the one that you want to buy. It's been the best Crown that I've owned so far.